Once upon a time there was a Toby, an extraordinary Toby, perhaps the greatest Toby ever to have lived, without a doubt a Toby superior to all other living Tobys. As a young Toby he would often attract the unwelcome attention of strangers. Passers-by would halt in amazement and approach his parents to remark upon the magnificence of their Toby. "I like your Toby," they would say. "Where did you get him?" "We grew him ourselves," his parents would reply defensively. "Organically." Soon word spread of a new kind of Toby, a Toby the likes of which the world had never known, a Toby that surpassed all previous Tobys and caused people to reassess what a Toby could be capable of. Toby enthusiasts would come from far and wide to lurk outside the family home, binoculars in hand, hoping to catch a glimpse of the fine specimen. A wealthy Toby collector from Italy had once visited the house and offered to buy Toby for a considerable sum so that he might complete his prized Toby collection in the hills of Florence. Toby's father promptly refused. "Our Toby is not for sale," he yelled, before walloping the man with a Sainsbury's French loaf. "For we love him so." By the time Toby reached his late teens, his surname had become superfluous. If he even attempted to introduce himself in full, he would be met with bemused laughter. "I know who you are," people would say. You're Toby." Toby had become a standalone household name, joining the ranks of Prince, Madonna, and Chico. Soon, all other Tobys were forced to qualify themselves by constantly appending their surnames. Presenting oneself as simply Toby would result in the response, "What, like Toby? No, I'm Toby Smith," the inferior Toby would say. Or, "I'm Toby Phillips, and yes, before you say anything, my first name is Toby, like Toby." By the time he reached his late 20s, even the very word Toby had become synonymous with greatness. A Nobel Prize for Toby was created. A new Toby class was introduced by airlines, offering passengers a premium suite with their own pool and gym. "Oh my days, those trainers are Toby!" the streetwise youth would gush. Toby had become more than just a Toby. He was an institution, a symbol of uncompromising excellence, a living superlative whose very name brought hope to those that spoke it. It was on his 28th birthday that the greatness of Toby was finally given its due recognition. And on the morning of 8th of June 2010, he was invited to a ceremony in Hyde Park where Nelson Mandela presented him with an award that acknowledged his outstanding contribution to Toby kind. Over 5 million people watched as speakers including Kofi Annan, Bob Geldof and Paul Daniels celebrated Toby's very existence and sang a selection of songs from the musical Cats. Toby refused to let his newfound status feed his ego and remained resolutely modest in his supremacy, declining all manner of worldly luxuries that were available to him, though his insatiable appetite for nutrageous bars endured. But despite his persistent humility, the truth was now known. Toby had transcended Tobiness. He was the Toby to end all Tobys.